They say silence is peace, but they never tell you what kind of peace. Because some silence isn't calm. It's a warning holding its breath. This is The Tailed Marriage, and this is episode 3, The House That Stopped Talking. The house was full, yet empty. Plates clinked. The clock ticked. The walls watched. How conversations died halfway. How laughter packed its bags early. Her husband still sat across from her, still ate the food she cooked, still said good morning. But his eyes had moved out. Silence had taken his seat. She tried small talk, safe talk, the kind of talk you use when you're scared to touch truth. How was work? Fine. That word. Sharp, short, final. She wanted to ask more. She didn't. Because in some marriages, questions feel like accusations, and silence becomes the safest lie. Night fell. The bed grew wider. 2 bodies. No warmth. The bed turned cold. He turned to the wall. She turned to prayer. She whispered his name, not loud enough to wake him, just loud enough for God. And in that moment, she knew this wasn't anger. Anger makes noise. This was distance, and distance is patient. That's when she felt it. That invisible weight behind the marriage, the tail. Not physical, not loud, but always there. Dragging behind every conversation, every smile, every I'm fine. Marriage moving forward, while something dark trailed behind him. Unaddressed, unnamed, unhealed. The tail showed itself. Silence, she learned, is not the absence of love. Sometimes it's love that's tired of begging to be heard. She sat alone in the living room when the lights are out. Because ignoring a tail doesn't make it disappear. It only lets it grow. Some marriages don't break with shouting. They break with quiet. And some women don't leave with anger, they leave with understanding. Silence can live in a house for a long time before someone dares to ask why. The question she kept swallowing. She didn't plan it. It slipped out the way truth always does. Quiet, but heavy. Are you still here with me? The room froze. Not because the question was loud, but because it was honest. He didn't answer. And in that pause, she understood something brutal. Some questions terrify people because they demand presence. His eyes know where to hide. He looked at her, really looked. Not the way a husband looks at a wife, but the way a man looks at a mirror he's been avoiding. I'm tired, he said. Not of work, not of stress. Just tired, and suddenly the silence has a voice. I don't know when it started, he continued. But somewhere along the way, I stopped feeling like myself. He spoke carefully. Like a man walking around broken glass, no mention of another woman, no dramatic revelation. And that hurt more. Because you can fight betrayal, but how do you fight absence? Her strength then shows. She didn't cry. Not because she wasn't breaking, but because something in her had hardened into clarity. So where does that leave us? She asked. Not begging, not accusing, grounded. That's when the tail lifted its head. He opened his mouth, closed it. Some truths choke the people carrying them. The truth he finally spoke, I don't know, he finally said. And there it was. A marriage built on vows now balanced on uncertainty. The tail had a name now, avoidance. That night, she lay awake. Not afraid, not angry, just aware. Aware that love cannot survive where effort refuses to live. Aware that staying silent was no longer an option. She whispered to herself, I deserve presents. And that sentence changed everything. Confrontation doesn't always explode. Sometimes it arrives calmly and rearranges things. This is the tailed marriage, and the tail is no longer hiding. It's so important to share your story and inspire others.